Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always, and welcome back to Sky Factory 2.5. In the last episode, we made this. We made the Draconic Evolution armor set, the Draconic armor, and it cost a lot of resources. We don't have much gold. That's kind of the problem. And these guys require a lot of gold because it requires a lot of Draconic cores. Diamonds aren't so much of an issue, but gold has been. So it's one of those things that we need to kind of get a lot of gold in order to do anything with this, and I don't really feel like doing too much with that. So we're just going to take a break from it for the time being. I really need to figure out a way to fix this circuit over here. We're having issues with the wither spawning system of, well, exactly this happening. Basically the delay was 128 versus that is every 5 seconds. I wonder if making the delay different would be what needs to happen, but maybe a shorter delay would be what we need to do. I don't know. Anyways, we're not going to worry about Draconic Evolution too much today. Today we are going to try to finish off big reactors. So in the achievement book there is a handful of things we kind of skipped over in the Age of Power. So we have pretty much everything. But in the Age of Power we need to make an actively cooled reactor and a turbine. Don't plan on using those because this reactor, this huge max size reactor, is more than enough to do anything power wise for the time being, and it's really not needed otherwise. So what we are going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start working on we're just gonna get the stuff together and call it a day. So I wish there was a little bit more information on this, but we'll try to just play it by ear. I don't know how large of a reactor we need, or a turbine we're gonna need for this. So I might have to look things up as we go, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Before we do, we're gonna try. So we have a couple safari nets with these ender dragons, and I want to grab some more safari nets just in case. And we're going to go way over here. And let's spawn in one of our 2 dragons. And can we put a saddle? We can put a saddle on them. Now what's the controls? Is there controls in here that would be on dragon mounts? Fly up, up, down. Okay. Why is it inverted? Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not good. So controls, dragon controls, fly down, down, up. Sure. Alright. So we can get off of this guy. And we're gonna do the little thing where we have 2 dragons. And let's go ahead and put this guy up here. And they're gonna try to get us to catch us. So let's just come over here. We're gonna get close to this guy, and then we're gonna shift off and jump down. We're getting attacked. Alright, can I take off a piece of armor? Let's see, let's take off our chest plate. Does this have negates fall damage? And they didn't catch us. So how can I do this? Let's fly up really, really high. And I don't know if there's another way. Let's look up at dragon mounts. There is not really anything for that mod, is there? Okay. So, how are we gonna do this? Let's go ahead and put our armor back on so we can fly. And that's good enough for me. I don't really like these kinds of achievements. They're kind of dumb. That was a little bit more accurate. So that one will count. We technically jumped between two dragons in midair. So yeah, I'm going to call that achievement taken care of. Where is it? There we go. We had two tamed dragons. That's the more important thing. I don't know if there's a way to get them to kind of obey commands a little bit better or not, but oh well. So let's get some reactor stuff. We have reactor casings. We have some reactor fuel rods. We're going to need some other stuff for this big reactor stuff. So we're going to want a reactor controller. We're going to need coolant ports this time. So we're going to need some pistons. Let's just tell it to make like, I don't know, 10 pistons. We're going to need 2 coolant ports. And the reason will come clear very soon. We're going to want some access ports as well. And what else we're going to need? Power tap we don't need. And then the Eulorium fuel rods. So we've got plenty of those. Now the real question is, where are we going to put this stuff? This is going to take up a decent amount of area. But it's something I don't really care on like making too much fuss over. So let's grab some cobblestone. And let's craft like okay, we need some cobblestone from our system down here. We have, by the way, 23 sextuples. It's still producing plenty otherwise. So let's just get a good bit of cobblestone and we'll throw that into the system. Grab our chisel. And we're gonna want, what is it? Is it the panel? Dark panel. And we'll just get some cobblestone chiseled up. Perfect. Now we just need our wand. And we'll build out a little bit of a platform. Honestly, let's just extend it from here. Let's make sure F7's on so we don't have any issues with mob spawns once we get this built. And good enough. Alright, light it up. There's a mob spawn with an angry creeper. And I think something I want to go ahead and do is we're going to kill these cows. Because I don't really need them. And eventually I think we're going to destroy this grass, but for now it can stay. So this should be good enough. Let's go ahead and we're going to put down some reactor blocks. So just make a 5x5. This should be good enough. 3, 4, 5. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 too high. Alright, so should be pretty easy to go ahead and make this, take care of it, all that kind of stuff. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to fill this guy, instead of getting putting in fuel and getting out power, we're going to put fuel into this and water, which is why we need these coolant ports. This makes it an actively cooled reactor. So we'll have a coolant port here and here. The controller can go here, and then we'll have these guys there. And now we just need to fill it up. We are going to need Yellorium. I think we can do this. I guess we'll find out. It will yell at us if we can't. And then Reactor. Let's get some more reactor stuff, and then we'll give it some blocks to cool it. Let's get diamonds, because why not? We can do that, so it doesn't really matter much to me. And we're gonna want more reactor blocks, and we'll throw that stuff in there. Don't need that anymore. Alright, cool. So kind of the plan with this, by the way, is we're gonna make this and we'll set everything up, but honestly we're not going to use it. So like I said, we have this guy, don't need to, so we just fill this up with diamonds. It's not that many diamonds, so and this should give us a decent amount of power. Now what this is going to do is it's going to take the Yellorium fuel and it's going to do the radioactivity stuff, but instead of making power, it will make steam. And then we use said steam to basically run a big turbine. And what that's going to end up doing for us is it's a little bit more efficient way to use your power. So we're going to want a chest or two. We're going to want some item ducts. We're going to want some fluid ducts, or fluid conduits, and we're going to want some sort of water source. And I think for right now, you know, we could use blue. Let's go ahead and use an ender tank. Do we have any made? No. So we're going to have to make an ender tank. And that should be relatively easy. We just need a cauldron. And then we're going to need 3 lapis. Perfect. We can put the diamonds back, and we need reactor blocks. Alright, so we're going to have 2 things here. This guy will be an outlet. So that is insert extract always active, insert extract always active, and we'll just grab some plutonium. Why not? And we'll put that in a second. So we do this, it should finish, and as you see, it's different. It is in active mode. So that is technically a active reactor. It's going to store some fuel and all that kind of fun stuff. Now it's going to be making hot fluid. So the output, the hot fluid tank is the output, and then the input is water. And in this case, the output is going to just be, well, it's just going to be steam. So input water, it heats it up, superheats steam, steam out. So we'll do this, and this is going to be an extract always active insert. So if we look at the reactor, it should say it has water, and then if we turn it on just briefly, it'll make steam from all of that fuel. So it's going to make quite a bit of steam per tick. Now we need to make... I thought I killed all you guys. Now we need to make the other thing, the turbine. So there is technically an achievement marked off. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have created an actively cooled reactor from bid reactors. By the way, while we're doing all this stuff, let's go ahead and get 1,000 draconium cooking up, because we're going to need a lot of draconium blocks if we want to get... Let's see, how many are we going to need if we want the... let's see, where is it? Energy storage multi-block. We're going to need, for tier 7, 218 blocks of draconium. We're also going to need 328 blocks of redstone. That might be... That's easy. Okay, never mind. So that part at least is pretty much done. We just need the draconium, and we'll get that set up. I will probably put a big platform somewhere. Honestly, we might clean up this, and this might be where we put it, because I don't anticipate us having to kill the guy guardian again. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. So, I'll do that later. Anyways, so, and then we'll move things around with tesseracts, because that sounds like fun. Power. I need to finish this guy too. We'll get there. So let's go ahead and start working with the big reactors, the turbines. So the way the turbines work is it's a big multi-block structure the same way, but it is made out of turbine stuff. So let's get that on here. So we're gonna get some turbine glass. That's pretty easy, and turbine housing. So let's teach this system how to make some of this stuff. Can we get some more blank patterns, please? So first thing is turbine housing, which is going to require some graphite. So let's get some graphite. And that is actually going to take a while because of the draconium. So we'll cancel that. You know, do I have... No. So let's grab some coal. I'll put that in there for right now. So do we have any graphite yet? No. Do we have... We have the blank pattern, so let's go ahead and get that. So what the multi-block is very similar to how the reactors are. Everything's based off of these housing blocks, the controller and all that kind of stuff, but the difference is it requires plutonium and cyanide. Those are the key components, because the idea is you're not supposed to be able to get into the turbines until you make your first reactor. So do we have the graphite yet? We do. So let's teach the system how to make those. And we'll go ahead and get, like, I don't know, 200 of those. Because I don't know how many of those we're going to need. But we can go ahead and make the turbine controller. We get some plutonium. And, you know, why would you want to make this? This is so much more expensive than anything else. Well, there is actually a really good reason. This is more efficient use of your fuel than the just converting the fuel to energy. So it's better in the long run to do it this way than it is to go any other way. But that being said, is it really that worth it? I don't know. So we're going to need a power port so we can get the power out if we want. We're going to need a fluid port. And we're going to need a rotor bearing, and we're going to need a bunch of rotors. So that is something we should probably teach the system. And rotor blades. So these guys are used to make the actual turbine, hence the name, of the reactor. And I don't know how many we're going to need, so let's get like 30 of those and 30 of those. I have no idea how to actually do this. So rotor bearing, we're going to need one of these, I think. And we're going to grab this stuff. And then the other thing we're going to need is blocks of something. Enderium is good. I'm not entirely I'm not entirely sure what all we can use. So let's just set something up. And what we'll do is we'll put it right here. So turbine. And we'll make it 5 by something like, I don't know, 5 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's good. And much like all the other multi-blocks from big reactors, just something like this. And we're going to want fluid port right here. Controller. And the rotor bearing, I think we can put right there. Power port, and then housing. So we're just going to build this up, and I actually want to make most of this out of the glass on the side. So do something like this. And then turbine glass. Big reactors, you can also, the actual reactors, you can also use glass if you want. You don't have to use just the actual casings. You can use glass with it as well. And then I think this is what we need, and then we're gonna have to break into this and kind of finish it up, but we'll do that in a moment. So I want to see if the controller will actually tell us what we are needing, because I don't know, I've never actually done this before. So nope. Okay, let's break into this. And I believe the rotor shafts need to come off of that, and then we'll have blocks at the end. I don't know what all blocks you can have. I know Ludicrate is kind of the whole purpose of having it is to have Ludicrate. Let's use diamonds because we have those, and I believe those work. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I've never done this before. I'm going off of ideas. This is probably going to be wrong, but it should tell us. So do something like this. And it might not be able to like touch anything. So let's just put one block there and see what it does. And then we're going to need blades. So let's do it like this. So one, actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Where is center? And will this work? So if we close this off, will it become a multi-block structure? No. Does it need to be taller? Might need to be a little bit taller. So let's remove this stuff. And if it doesn't work this time, I will go look up what it's supposed to do and all that kind of stuff. So let's just break that. So 1. So if we want this to be taller, what are we going to need to do? We're going to need to move, where's the rotor shaft going to be? It's going to be right there. So turbine rotor, I keep forgetting I can actually fly. And something like this. And I don't know what the smallest turbine you can have is. That's why I'm a little confused on it. So we'll do one more. And I think that'll work. So something like that. I accidentally put a block into me. Okay, block is not valid for use in machine's interior. Controller. Alright, so 293, yeah, it's... Oh, it wants it to be bigger than that. So, let's get a bunch more turbine blocks. And I forgot, you right-click. So let's get like 100 of these. And most of that should craft fairly quickly. So, let's see, it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to have something like this. And vein mine all that. Vein mine all that. And yeah, hopefully this works a little bit better. Alright, so I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, these turbines are expensive. But if you do them right, and there are computer controlled programs you can use to make this even better. And if you do it right, then you will make a really good power source. A very efficient source as well, which is kind of, I think, the more important thing. Alright, so let's put power tap controller. That's good enough. We'll have windows all along this side. And I wish I still had my wand on me. I don't, but oh well. So hopefully we're gonna need a little bit more. But this is working out halfway decent. Like I said, I've never actually built the turbines. Turbines are really complicated. And I've never really wanted to deal with it. Big Reactors has open computers and computer craft and all that kind of stuff support, which is great if you know what you're doing with them. You can have systems where the reactor will actually go based off of your power supply, like how much power you have. Block is not at 300. 87. We'll figure it out. So let's just build it and see what happens. Otherwise, I'm gonna cut away and we'll come back and get more stuff. So we're gonna need like a little bit more glass. That'll take a second. So we'll get the glass in a moment. But can we go ahead and finish that off? And then the glass. Alright, so we'll need rotor shaft. And then blades. We're just going to use blades like so. And then diamond blocks. for the coil, as I believe what that part is considered. So do we have the glass? And we'll see if it works. Otherwise, I'm going to mess with it and we'll get it to work. So glass. We need like 6. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, we needed more than 6. We need 8. So we need 2 more turbine glass. And this should be good to at least test. 1, 2. So let's put all that stuff away and we'll see what we have. Invalid space, invalid for only rotor parts, metal blocks, and empty space. Alright. So 297. 85. So it's the diamonds. We can't use blocks of diamonds. What are the valid things? I wish I could remember. So let's grab some metal blocks. Let me see. Big reactor's turbine. So diamond blocks probably are the problem there. And let's see, what kind of things could we use? We can use any metal. Let's go ahead. You know, we can use aluminum. And since there's a bunch of aluminum right here, let's go ahead and use aluminum. Why not? So that should be the cure for this guy. I just don't know how many we need. Let's just do something like this and see if that works. Entire length of this, okay. We just need to give more rotor shaft. Alright, I guess that has to go all the way through. And that makes sense. It needs to be like attached to something. So let's just grab the rotor shaft and see if this works. Hopefully it doesn't like blow up or anything. I don't believe big reactors can blow up, which is kind of a nice thing about them. They are perfectly safe. Unlike stuff like nuclear reactors from industrial craft, I don't really like messing with them because they can blow up. Hey, there we go. There's the turbine. How good is it? Probably not very. But we can add stuff to it. We don't know how efficient the blades are or anything like that. There's a lot of stuff. So let's just give it some steam. And let's see, engage coils, disengage coil, vent. Oh, we're gonna need another fluid port. I forgot about that because it does recycle the water. So let's get a trash can, fluids, and another fluid port. I forgot about that part. Not a big deal. And this is probably all water again. No, it still has steam. So extract, insert. Let's go ahead and put fluid port. Extract always active into a trash can. Insert. Perfect. So can we activate the turbine. And let's go ahead and activate the reactor. And so vents. I have no idea. Deactivate. Was it actually doing anything? It's not getting any much steam, I don't think. Doesn't look like it. So this is plenty hot. In fact, it is very hot to create the steam. I just don't know that it's actually working. But does it matter? I don't know. I'm just curious more than anything. Looks like there's steam in there. And this is really hot, so turbine energy output. I wish. Can I like? These fluid ports are kind of weird. I don't know if. Let's put something in between them and see if that helps. So let's get a drum. And that should, I believe we can store steam. So if we can, that should be good enough. Oh, it's pulling out water. Why? We could whitelist steam, I guess, if we could get steam. So do we have like a bucket? I think that would work. Let's get a bucket and see if we can't get some steam. No. So we could blacklist water. And that might. No. Alright, so what we can do is we can put this guy right here for right now. Extract always active, and it will dump it out. Which should be good. We could also blacklist here water. So I don't know if there's a way. If we look at the reactor, access port, there's only the coolant port, and usually what happens is you can click on them and set the mode. I don't know if there's a way to do that with this. So are we getting steam now? Oops, I have to actually place it. So insert. It doesn't seem like it wants to. Let's smack it with a wrench and see if that does anything. Hey, that's exactly what we need to do. So that is, blue is input, and now the rotor is starting to spin. It's not going to be very fast, but if we engage the coils, we get a whole whopping 3 RF per tick. Yeah. Couple reasons why. First of all, we don't have a good reactor producing steam, and we don't have a good turbine. There are better designs, but I don't really care. We have this guy that makes 1 million RF per tick, so we created a turbine, so that counts. That's pretty much it. So I think that's going to be it for this episode as well. So we got, what, 3 achievements done today? And we just need a ton of draconium. We currently have 122. We need to craft like another 1,000 of this stuff. And honestly, just getting that taken care of should get us to the point where we can make the energy core, which, like I've said before, we're going to make the tier. It wants us to make a tier 6. We're going to make a tier 7 because why not? and I'll count it both. It's fine that way. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to be putting Tesseracts on this guy to transfer power over to it, and anything that we have generating power is going to go into a Tesseract. We're going to clear out these resin energy cells and all that kind of fun stuff, and we're going to have a big Draconic energy core right over there, giving power to everything in the base. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I am going to work on a couple things. I'm probably going to make a couple new dimensions. Yellorium blocks would be something nice if we have access to it. I think we do. It would be easier than just doing like, let's see, we can get Yellorite ore. That's the best we can do. I don't know if there's a dimension for Yellorium. Doesn't look like it. Is there Yellorite ore, yellow? Nope. Okay. So Yellorite ore is the best we can do. That is probably gonna be good enough. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use the. I hate using the fluids because we have to cast them out into blocks, and that takes forever. So I think we'll probably just go ahead and process the ores, do all that kind of fun stuff. But that is for another time. I don't even know if we ever need to fill this guy up, to be honest, because there is. I mean, it's 40%. Full, so it will burn through power, but we don't really need all that much power all the time. It's just a matter of getting it whenever we need to get like the achievements for the crazy stuff, like a billion RF per tick, and running successful quarries quickly, because that's something I want to work on, and that's why we're going to work on getting the Draconic energy core. That is going to be the next step, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I was derping around a little bit because I don't really know what I'm doing with the turbines, obviously, but oh well. It works, sorta, and it's the achievement, so that's all that matters to me. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!